Hello, Tyler Rowland coming to you here from the Armory in Ashland, and welcome to this edition of Rowland Sports, where you meet the athletes. Today we're going to talk more on our series with wrestling, and with me here is a Ashland Matcat wrestler and also an Ashland Tomcat on the football field, Bryce Bussa. And Bryce, it's good to be with you here. First off, talk about wrestling and how it's helped you as an athlete overall.
Oh man, so when I was in middle school, I was like overweight a lot. So when I first joined wrestling, it killed me because it was just pure conditioning, for middle school especially. But after doing a lot of that in the first 2 years, and once you get into high school, it changes a lot, and you get a lot better. Especially with football, I've gotten a lot more endurance. I've gotten a lot better, technique type stuff too. It's helped so much with football, especially. I didn't even intend to do wrestling just for the sport. I just did it for football. But now that I've actually gotten more into it, I'm a lot better at wrestling than I am at football, coincidentally. So it's 50-50.
Yeah, and talk about with wrestling what it is you like about the sport. As there's a lot to as well, because there's a lot to sounds like a lot of neat and a lot of different reasons that people have jumped into it.
Oh yeah, I do it for the conditioning and well-being of my body mainly. Because like I said, I was overweight, I was unhealthy, and that helped a lot. But I also like the physicality of it, because in football, you're just punching and trying to throw them away, trying to get them off, especially at D-line. But with wrestling, you have to make contact, you have to roll them around, you have to move them around to get them where you want them. You have to be so precise with your technique that you can't really mess up, or else that guy will take advantage of it most of the time. That's what I like about it. It's just a lot of technique-based stuff. That's why I like learning.
Yeah, and talk about for you what it's like going through, say the typical practice for wrestling, what all it entails.
So typical practice starts with you just running around the mat, getting warmed up. So what you'll do is you'll do high knees, like where you jog and do high knees. It's basic. You'll do butt kicks. You'll do jumps, like Mario. Think of Mario. That's what you'll do. You'll get your legs warmed up, and then next thing you go, you'll do in the mat and do more warm-up stuff like shots and stuff like that. Then after that, you'll go, at the beginning of the year, you'll learn moves, more like the shot and stuff at the beginning. Even for seniors and stuff, they'll re-go over their basics. And then after about a midway point, you'll start just going into one-on-ones and start doing a lot more live. And then towards the end of the practice is even more conditioning, which keeps your body in even more shape. That is the basic practice.
And talk about some of your hobbies. I know this stuff keeps you quite busy as it is, but what are some of the things you enjoy?
I have a lot more hobbies than I let on. I mean, this may sound strange, but I like collecting masks, Plague Doctor mask. I have that one. I also like collecting blades. I have one. My grandfather Papa just recently passed away, but he had a decent collection of knives that I coincidentally got to keep, which I am very thankful for, because they were so cool. And that's one of my hobbies that I really enjoy doing, because it just, I don't know, it just kind of keeps me busy, and it makes me very happy to do them. So for me, hobbies are just another thing to keep my mind busy, because I am a little nervous, so I had to do something with my hands, like collecting or just doing things. I recently built a PC too. Built my own. It was so much fun. So I just have to have something to do with my hands, and so those are my hobbies.
Mm-hmm. And there's also with Gary. Talk about what it's like seeing some of the animals and stuff that he has.
He's amazing at what he does. I can never do it. He does these shows in front of so many people. He does it with such confidence that I can never do it. Because number one, I don't have that much confidence in front of people. But seeing all the animals he has, interacting with them, is so much fun, because you get to learn all about these different animals that he does, and also you get to touch them. Some of them are a little more active, so he has to keep them away, but he will let you interact with most of the animals he has, and that's just so cool to me. But he's done it so much that I've just gotten used to it. You kind of just get used to things, and that's what happened to me. So.
Well said. And Bryce, I understand that you're quite skilled with the viola.
Yes. I am just good enough to get into state, but if I keep practicing, it will get better and better. What I like about the viola is that it just sounds so good, and once you get better at it, then it just starts going from screeches, like you being so stiff, to actually getting fluid movement and getting pieces done. It's just so much fun to me, and a lot of work to do, but so much fun.
Well said.
Nice.
And lastly, are there any shout-outs you'd like to give?
Oh, man. I'd like to shout out my father and Cole Christian just for being great guys. Cole Christian's going to be wrestling with me, and that's going to be tough. He's a tough man, even greater friend.
Paul's a good dude, and like you said, an animal on the wrestling mat. Well, Bryce, thank you for being on today, and be sure to stay tuned. We'll continue to cover the Ashland wrestling team and continue to do interviews. And we thank you all for watching today. Rolling Sports, where you meet the athletes.